Namaskar and a very good morning. Welcome to the audiocast from Kotak Securities. I'm your host and guide, Anindya Bannerjee. Aaj risk sentiment is looking quite strong. Asian equities are in the green and dollar index is trading slightly weaker. Not much, slightly weaker. Even Chinese currency has appreciated a wee bit. But most importantly, oil prices, Brent crude is at 94. That's the level we had seen last mid-Feb, just before the invasion of Ukraine. So that's fantastic news for the Indian rupee. और जिसकी वजह से we are seeing a positive take on the Indian rupee against the dollar in the offshore market. If that momentum is maintained till we open here, then possibly 79.30 could be seen on the August futures, August end. Support is around 79.20 and then closer to 79 levels on the futures. There has been quite a yo-yo move over the past few trading sessions. क्योंकि कल it went up as close as 80 on August and pulled back very sharply on the back of intervention from the RBI. Now, one can attribute that spike towards 80 on the back of some large outflows from corporates, but it did not sustain because once the demand was filled and RBI intervention came, the market pulled back quite sharply. Or as we are seeing, there is a gap down. So what's going to be the range? What's going to be the trade? The range seems like 80 के ऊपर अभी फिलहाल it looks unlikely unless and until the dollar rises substantially against major currencies. Because RBI का जो दो metric है, that is not to allow the Indian rupee to become an outlier, which means a significant outperformer or a significant underperformer, and the volatility to be high. कल the red flag was raised on both parameters क्योंकि volatility had become unusually high over the past 5 days, and at the same time Indian rupee had become almost the worst performing currencies amongst the top 25 or 26 currencies in the world, and then we saw the alleged intervention from the RBI. So these are the two metric always to keep in mind on what is the relative performance of Indian rupee against other currencies and what is the volatility in USDINR. When they become too high, the RBI starts to enter the market quite aggressively. So the question is, RBI of course won't be selling at the current levels, but RBI का monetary policy है, and what is the expectation? Expectation is for a 35 to 50 bips hike in the rates. Generally, RBI policies do not create volatility. Historically, we have churned the data and seen that the volatility is contained between 30-35 paisa. So the volatility is may not be high post policy, and specifically the volatility is low when there is less room for major surprises. Like 35 bips out of 50 bips is not going to make a world of difference. But when there are big changes in policy, like it happened early May, RBI did a hike and sounded quite hawkish, out of turn, then it had a far bigger impact on the rupee. But when these slight changes, slight deviations can happen, the impact on the Indian rupee is not that great. But again, we have to be aware that there is a pullback underway in the USDINR towards 79. So it may so happen that after the policy, that kind of a move may just continue because the global markets and the global intermarket factors are conducive for a rupee appreciation. But again, 79 is an important support level. जब तक 79 is holding out, it is better to cover shorts in case you have them in the market. So it could be a range between 79 to 79, 60, 70 levels over the near term, which means we could be getting into a situation where selling options could become viable, straddles or strangles. But we will be intimating you during the day through our Telegram channel because the implied volatility is quite rich. But we'd like to see which strikes could be conducive for going short on straddles or strangles. So in case you are not in our Telegram channel, definitely become a part of it because it's an important forum where we share not only trading views and calls, but also a lot of important tidbits which can be helpful when you are trading the currency markets. In cross currency, the volatility could be low ahead of the US jobs data. and the impact of the jobs data will be felt on the Indian rupee on Monday morning. So that's it, folks. This is Anindya Bannerjee signing off. A fantastic day ahead.